Today on the Travy podcast, we discuss eating the hottest pepper of my life, turning 30 years old, and trying new things. This is the Travy podcast, episode 8. Break fucking down! Okay, episode 8. Here we are. We're here, friends. We made it. And it's so good to be with you. I thank you for tuning in and staying tuned. And it's been a good month. February has been great. I turned 30 years old. 30 is español. 30. I turned 30. And that's been weird. Sounds weird, but feels cool. Sounds weird, feels cool. And life's good. Went on a big old birthday trip. The wife took me out to Daytona, brother. Fucking Daytona Beach. And we were out there for a few days, about 3 days. And just, if you ever, listen, life hack right here. Book a stay at a hotel in February. Because you will I'm going to fill you in here. We paid $50 to stay on the beach in Daytona. Right, you walk out the back door of the hotel and you're on the beach. $50 a night. And there's no one else there, maybe 2 or 3 other people, and that was it. It was a really good thing. And it was just like having the whole beach to yourself. So I suggest everybody, if they can, remember this. And when the time comes next year, you book your Daytona stay, okay? Because there are 2 days after we left, Daytona 500. But the 2, 3, 4 days before, nothing. So it's a good time for you. And we stayed at the Emerald Shore. Big shout out to Emerald Shore. They had a game room. They had a breakfast, continental style. And still don't really know what that means, continental. But they had some things we could eat, 1 or 2 maybe vegan things. What else did the Emerald Shore? They had a beautiful waiting room with a large screen television on the wall and a heated pool and a jacuzzi. And the jacuzzi was maybe for the average person, it was okay temperature, but I like it red hot. I like it hot. I like it to burn my skin. So it wasn't quite hot enough for me, but it was still a nice treat to have. And we went to Disney World. And the last time I was at a Disney World was about, I was 5 years old, and I don't remember any of it. And the beautiful Miss Corey hadn't been since she was about 5 years old, so it was good for the both of us to get back in there and see what all has changed. And the great thing about Disney World is that Christmas Cat is just crying away in the back. I don't know if you can hear that. Oh, Christmas Cat. Keep it down! Christmas Cat is the devil. He's a little devil. But back to Disney World. It's just such a huge, huge, huge fucking property. You can literally live on the premises there of the Disney World. And I know there's like 4 different parks, but we wanted to hit the classics. So we did the classic park. You got your Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, which was closed, Pirates of the Caribbean, It's a Small World, which was probably my favorite ride there. Maybe there was Peter Pan that we didn't get to go. Teacups, all the OG rides. And they were great. It was really good to be back there with the gang, Mickey and the boys. And if you tell them it's your birthday, you get a free pin. You get a birthday pin. And then everybody at the park, every time they see you, they say, "Happy birthday, Travis. Happy birthday, Travis." And it makes you feel real good. I got to admit, it did. No, jokes aside, all jokes aside, it makes you feel pretty good. So if it's your birthday, go to Disney World and get a nice birthday greeting. And before we left for Disney World, I told Corey, "Hey, we're gonna go from the time the park opens till the time it closes, and because we have to see the fireworks show." And that sounded like a great idea. It sounded really good. I mean, it sounded great. Super idea. The problem is that I guess once you turn 30, you turn into a big baby. So we got there at 10 or 9. Park closes at 8. And about 1, 2 o'clock comes around. And we didn't have to say anything. We both just kind of looked and knew that this Disney World stay was going to come to an end very soon. So I think 2:30 we tried to catch the ferry out, but the ferry left without us. So we took the train, the rail, whatever it's called. Took that back. And had to drive about an hour back to the hotel. So we were exhausted. And if you've been to Disney, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly. Don't act like you don't know what Travy talking about, okay, baby? You know how it gets. While we were... by the way, vegan stuff. At Disney World, they have a vegan burger. It's a Sloppy Joe. Who would have thunk it? They got a Sloppy Joe with some fries, and it wasn't too bad. It was a good thing. And while we were eating, there was the worst kid I have ever seen, worst behaved child. This was Lucifer in disguise. He refused to eat because it wasn't... The kid had a foot-long hot dog and said it wasn't enough. And then he says that he hates his mother and she's a bad person. This kid's young, like under 10. And the mother's just sitting there eating her Uncrustable. While the kid's just, "Mommy's bad! Mommy's bad!" And the dad's just like, looking around, no big deal. And the wife goes, "Aren't you going to say something to him? Aren't you going to let him talk to me like this?" And the dad goes, "Look, I don't want to talk about it right now, okay? I don't know why you always do this. Why you keep trying to bring this up. I'm not going to talk about it. Okay, we'll deal with it later. We'll deal with it later. Jeffrey, do you want to go on your ride, Jeffrey? You got to be a good boy, Jeffrey. I hate you, Jeffrey. Mom. It was so sad. I felt so bad for the mother. Oh, what a terrible, the terrible husband, the psychopath kid. I just wanted to give her a big hug, but I didn't. I hope they're okay now, wherever they are. Anyways, back to Daytona Beach, where they're, speaking of the vegan food, there's also a good vegan options over there in the Daytona, which you might be surprised with. So was I. But there was some really good stuff, and the hottest pepper I ever ate that I mentioned at the beginning was eaten at a establishment that sold vegan food, and it was just one little thin slice of raw jalapeno. Okay, one little thin slice of jalapeno, and Corey had it on her nachos, her tachos, and she ate it, and she loves hot stuff, and she ate it and said, wow, this is really hot. The restaurant was called Evolve, by the way. Oh my God, there's a picture of the jalapenos. They should put a warning next to that. Oh, I'm having flashbacks. It's too soon. I can't look at this right now. Anyway, she said these jalapenos are really hot. I said, shut up. What are you talking about? Shut your damn mouth, woman. I ain't asking you to talk about them jalapenos like that. Give me that. Let me show you how a man eats jalapeno. So I ate this jalapeno whole. And 5 seconds later, the throat was on fire. The throat felt like it was swelling. Mouth, drool, saliva just pouring out. Eyes, watery, crying. And I said, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom, and I put my face over the toilet, like a saliva just leaking out of me, just pouring out, obscene amount. And it wouldn't stop. It would just kept running off of the tongue. It was the hottest thing I've ever had, and it was just a thin slice of jalapeno. And this lasted for like 10 minutes, man. Just. It was terrible. But you know what? The thing about it is, at the end of that whole burning mouth situation, I thought, well, I could handle anything now. I just ate this little hot pepper. I could handle anything. I felt renewed. I felt like I could do anything. I could conquer anything, because I had already faced the hottest thing in the world. So if you're ever feeling down, like you can't, down on your luck, maybe you feel like a real piece of crap, eat a hot pepper. And then tell yourself, you are a badass. You can do anything. If you can eat a hot jalapeno pepper, honey, baby, then you can do anything you want, and don't let anyone else tell you different. It was very spicy, man, yes. Also, some good vegan pizza for my vegans. The vegan pizza. Let's see if we can find. The vegan restaurant, by the way, is called Evolve Modern Vegan Kitchen. Big shout out to Evolve Modern Kitchen for almost killing my taste buds. The pizza place was that the Indian? No, that was the other Indian. We did go to Indian buffet. That was great. I can't find it, but we had some wood-fired pizza. That was great. And at the end, the server charged us for 2 sodas, and we had gotten waters, and he refilled the waters. I don't know if this is an old trick for the out-of-towners, but we were like, Corey was like, "What's this charge here? $7." Oh, that was for the Sprites. We didn't order Sprites. Oh, I mean, that was for the ginger ales. We had water. You refilled it twice and said, "Hey, let me refill your water." This fucking guy tried to pull a fast one, and I don't appreciate it. But the pizza was good. Truly. The pizza was good. And from then, on our last day, we went to, I suppose, what did we go to? Indian buffet. Beautiful. Beautiful Indian buffet. Might be, I'm sorry, Flavors of India in Phoenix, Arizona. This was close. This was very close to you. Flavors of India is here. This new place right there. I mean, it might even be here. It might be, you guys might be on the same plane. But I won't eat there again probably for like a year if I go back. So don't feel too bad about it. Flavors of India. I keep looking at myself in this fucking screen. I don't like it. Let's just close that up. Close. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, that was distracting me. What else do I have here? Oh, how could I almost forget this? We needed to find a strip club. We wanted to find a strip club to go to. I'm lucky enough to have a wife that enjoys the lady strippers. So there's 4 different options. We called them all to see which one we felt good about. We called the first one, and I said, "Hey, I just wondering what the cover was tonight." "Hello? Yeah, hi. I was just wondering what the cover was tonight." 10 to 20. Okay. Is it like 20 after a certain time? What? Is it $20 after a certain time? Yeah. At a certain time, it goes to 20. Okay, thank you. So, no, didn't like that guy. We called a few others. We found one. Now, this strip club was called Biggins. Biggins with a B. Biggins. I thought it was called Biggies, and I was not that stoked about it. Biggies, the strip club. I thought maybe these are, I don't know. I don't know what I thought. I thought larger women, all large, which I love all women. But I was like, I don't know what this is, Biggies. And then Corey's like, "Oh no, it's Biggies, like big tits." I'm like, "Oh yeah, duh, big tits." And then it's actually not even called Biggies, it's called Biggins. And then it all made sense. So we go to Biggins, where ladies get in free. And we sit down on the front of the stage. Holy fuck, 19 minutes already? And we sit at the front of the stage, and first stripper begins doing her dance. And she gets done and says, "Oh, my pussy was woofing. My pussy up there whooping the whole time, woofing. You know what I mean, girl, right? You know what I mean? Woofing. Ooh." And I don't know. I've never heard that before, that a pussy was woofing. I can only imagine that it was something like this. That's just my take on things. I don't know. But the girl had a woofing pussy, and she had to tell us about it. I don't think that's something you should maybe tell your customers about. So that was our first taste of Biggins, and the night went on, and some really talented dancers there. Let me tell you, I appreciate a stripper who can do all sorts of acrobatics on the pole. She can have all her clothes on. I don't care. I appreciate the strength and the skill and the creativity to be able to do something like that, because that shit is not easy. And there were some really talented women there. So we were about to leave. And I said, no, this last girl, let's just stay for her and see what she's all about. And this one didn't do any business on the pole. This one's whole game was to just crawl on the floor and give you the sexy eyes and the sexy smile and the lick of the lips. Yeah. And we were both, me and Corey were both in a trance, and just were like, until we were out of ones, and it was just like, what the fuck happened? It was a great thing. So if you're in Daytona Beach, please go to Biggins. Do not be fooled or taken back by the name. Biggins is a wonderful place for the whole family over 18. That's really all there is to say about Daytona. I mean, we should finish with that, with Daytona. A wonderful birthday all around. I feel so much more wisdom. I feel so enlightened now that I'm 30. It's just a different world. So to all the 20-year-olds out there, you got something to look forward to when you get into your 30s. Like, I remember in my 20s, I was just like so free, and I just didn't know what I was doing. But now, like in my early 30s, it's just like, it's totally different. I don't do half the shit I used to do. So, geez. Anyway, a few things to look forward to. I'm taking a cinematic lighting course tomorrow at the Asheville School of Film, which I'm very, very excited about. It's a month-long course, and lighting seems to be one of the things that doing these podcasts just drives me fucking nuts. It took me 2 hours to find what you're looking at right now, which isn't that great. There's a light in front of me pointed at the ceiling. No, the wall, a white wall, and that light's reflecting off that onto me. And then I just threw this up. This is the first light I ever bought, and it's kind of giving me some action here, lighting up the background a little bit. But I'm really pumped on this class. I'm really excited to bring some knowledge to this channel and to this podcast and share it with you. And there's been some great creators on YouTube that are making some really wonderful content. So if you are a filmmaker or interested in filmmaking, I would suggest following Spencer. I think it's Sakurai. Spencer Sakurai. Sakurai. I'll link it in the description. And then also Mark Holtz. Mark Holtz. Holtze. Really talented, doing some things that not a lot of other guys are doing on the YouTube. So I will link those gentlemen below. Give them a watch. Give them a follow. And until next time, I will leave you with a little singing bowl. guess I don't have it today.